In recent years, millions of individuals around the world, especially in developed and emerging economies, have noticed a troubling trend. Despite putting in longer hours, taking on more jobs, and investing in their skills, hardworking people seem to be falling further behind economically. In 2026, this reality has become more pronounced. Factors such as wage stagnation, rising living costs, inflationary pressures, automation, shifting labor markets, weakening social safety nets, and macroeconomic uncertainties have all played a role. Today, we will talk about why hardworking people are getting poorer in 2026. So, before we start, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. 1. The paradox of hard work and economic decline. For generations, hard work was seen as a reliable path to upward mobility and financial security. Whether through blue-collar labor, professional employment, or entrepreneurship, effort translated into better living standards. But by 2026, that equation is changing. Hardworking individuals, defined here as people working full-time, multiple jobs, or long hours, are struggling with stagnant real wages, rising debt burdens, and diminished purchasing power. This paragraph sets the stage. Why is effort no longer sufficient to guarantee economic well-being? 2. Wage stagnation and shrinking real incomes. One of the most significant reasons hardworking people are getting poorer is that wages are not keeping pace with inflation and cost of living increases. In many countries, nominal wages have grown slowly, while prices for housing, healthcare, education, utilities, and transportation have ballooned. When wage growth does not outpace inflation, workers' real incomes decline, meaning they can afford less with the same amount of money. This dynamic has eroded savings, increased reliance on credit, and constrained opportunities for wealth accumulation. 3. Rising cost of living, housing, healthcare, and essentials. The cost of living has surged in nearly every major economy. Housing affordability has particularly worsened, with renting or buying a home consuming a larger share of income for the average worker. Healthcare costs continue to climb, especially in countries without universal coverage, placing heavy financial burdens on households. Even essential goods like food and fuel have become more expensive, particularly in regions impacted by supply chain challenges, geopolitical tensions, and climate-related disruptions. These rising costs disproportionately impact workers with lower and middle incomes. 4. Inflation's hidden impact. Inflation, especially when persistent, erodes purchasing power. Even modest price increases over time reduce the real value of earnings. Many workers find that cost of living adjustments lag behind inflation rates. When wages are not indexed appropriately, inflation effectively functions as an invisible wage cut. This phenomenon means that hardworking individuals are earning more on paper but can buy less in practice. 5. Automation and labor market shifts. The rapid advancement of automation, artificial intelligence, and robotics has reshaped labor markets. Routine and even skilled tasks are increasingly automated, reducing employment opportunities in certain sectors and placing downward pressure on wages for remaining jobs. While technology creates new roles, many of these require specialized skills that workers may not have access to due to training barriers, cost of education, or time constraints. This labor market transformation has made competition for quality jobs fiercer, leaving many hardworking people in precarious or underpaid positions. 6. Outsourcing and gig economy pressures. Globalization has enabled companies to outsource jobs to lower-wage regions, undermining wage growth in higher-income countries. Meanwhile, the gig economy has expanded, offering flexible work, but often without benefits, job security, or predictable income. Workers in rideshare, delivery, and freelance sectors may work long hours but receive inconsistent pay. Hardworking individuals who rely on gig work frequently face unpredictable earnings and limited protections. 7. Declining union power and worker negotiation leverage. Historically, labor unions played a key role in advocating for higher wages, benefits, and safer working conditions. But union membership has declined in many industries and countries, reducing workers' collective bargaining power. Without strong representation, individual workers often have less leverage to negotiate pay increases or improved benefits. even when they are dedicated and productive. 8. Geographic disparities and cost inequities. Economic conditions vary dramatically by region. In urban centers with high costs of living, workers earn more nominally but often see little benefit due to expensive housing and services. In rural or economically depressed areas, wages may be lower and job opportunities fewer, making it difficult for hardworking people to build financial stability. Geographic inequality exacerbates disparities, leaving workers in different areas facing distinct but equally challenging economic realities. 9. Debt burdens and financial fragility. Many hardworking individuals carry significant debt, from student loans to credit cards to auto loans, which further reduces disposable income. High debt payments leave less room for saving, investing, or handling emergencies. In 2026, interest rates remain historically varied, and for many borrowers, rising rates mean higher monthly payments, making economic mobility harder to achieve even with steady employment. 10. Social safety net weakness and policy challenges. Social safety nets, including unemployment benefits, retirement programs, and healthcare support, vary in strength across countries. In some regions, these systems have weakened due to policy choices, demographic pressures, or fiscal constraints. When safety nets are inadequate, hardworking people who face job loss, illness, or aging challenges are more vulnerable to poverty and financial instability. 11. The gigantic divide between capital and labor. Economic inequality in 2026 has reached levels where returns on capital, such as investments, real estate, and business ownership, far outpace returns on labor. Wealth generated from capital gains accrues disproportionately to those who already have assets, while workers who rely on wages don't benefit as significantly from overall economic growth. This widening gap amplifies inequality and makes it harder for wage earners to build wealth. 12. Psychological and social consequences. Beyond financial hardship, the economic struggles of hardworking people have social and psychological impacts. Stress, burnout, decreased life satisfaction, and fractured family dynamics are becoming more common. People who work tirelessly yet feel trapped in financial precarity may experience discouragement and diminished trust in economic systems. 13. What can be done? Policy, education, and reform addressing this complex issue requires multifaceted solutions. Stronger labor protections, wage reforms, affordable education and retraining programs, expanded social safety nets, and progressive taxation policies are among the proposed reforms. Encouraging worker ownership models and strengthening collective bargaining rights may also help shift economic power back toward labor. For individuals, financial literacy, strategic career planning, and adaptability to emerging industries can provide resilience, but systemic change is essential for broad impact. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please give it the thumbs up. Leave a comment and click the button to subscribe.